Hello students, welcome to the physics session. Today we are going to do one more exciting problem from the NCERT Exemplar. The chapter we are picking up today is chapter 11 and the name of the chapter is The Human Eye and the Colourful World. We are going to start with the very first problem of the Exemplar. And it is an exciting problem because this problem also needs the information that you learned in the previous chapter. That is where you learned the lens formula. Okay students, so let me just read the problem once for you and then we'll quickly start with doing the problem. The first question in the Exemplar asks us, a person cannot see distinctly objects kept beyond 2 meters. That means a person is suffering from a defect जिसकी वजह से वो 2 मीटर के आगे नहीं देख पा रहा है. Right students? This defect can be corrected by using the lens of the power. We have to find कि कौन सा lens use करें, कि किस पावर का वो लेंस हो कि उसकी आईज का डिफेक्ट ठीक हो जाए. राइट स्टूडेंट्स, सो विल बिगिन विद अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम विद दैट पर्सन. Now students, there are three kinds of defects that you must have studied. Number 1 is myopia. Number 2 is hypermetropia. And number 3 is presbyopia. Right students? Now out of all these, we know this is called nearsightedness. That means a person in myopia can see nearby objects but cannot see far off objects. The other one is farsightedness. Hypermetropia, person suffering from this defect can see far off objects but cannot see nearby objects. And then presbyopia. This happens in old age and this is a version of farsightedness. Right students? Now think of it, what is that person suffering from? Is it myopia, hypermetropia or presbyopia? The answer will be myopia. Now why I am saying that students? क्योंकि एक इंसान जो 2 मीटर के आगे नहीं देख पा रहा, इसका मतलब वो नियर बाय ऑब्जेक्ट्स देख सकता है बट फार ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट्स बियॉन्ड 2 meters is not visible to that person. Right students? So let me just rub all the other two options which are not our problem in the given scenario. Right students? Okay. Now we are back with the problem. Number 1, we got to know that the person in our problem is suffering with myopia. Right students? Now we know for myopia, what kind of corrective lens do we use? We use a concave lens. Right? Now we have to find out that what should be the power of the lens. Now to solve this problem students, number 1, we know that the person is suffering with myopia. Right students? Number 1 is done. Number 2, we know what kind of lens he will be using. Concave lens to correct the defect. Right? Then comes what is the power of the lens. Right? Now students, to find out the power of the lens, we have to use the prior knowledge what we learnt in the previous chapter of light. Right? What was that information student? Number 1, the lens formula. What is the lens formula students? The lens formula is given by 1 upon f is equals to 1 upon v minus 1 upon u. Right? So keep this in mind. This is the formula we are going to use. Number 2 student is the sign convention. We know that for a concave lens, the v as well as u are taken to be negative. Right? Then comes the third and the most important that we have to remember for a person suffering with myopia. For a person suffering with myopia, students, you have to remember the u is given as infinity. That means the distance of the object is always taken as the extreme point that we can see, and that is infinity. And the v is given as the near point of the defective eye. So these are the assertions that are very important for you to remember. Now using this information, we are going to find out the power of the lens. Okay students, so let's first start with using lens formula. What we can write students? 1 upon f is equals to 1 upon v, which is negative for the case of concave lens, minus will be altered with the minus sign of u, and we will get a plus sign. Okay students, now on putting the value, we can see that this is equals to 1 upon f minus 1 upon 2 meters, because in our problem students it has been written that the person cannot see beyond 2 meters. Okay students, let's put the value for u. U we know for a myopic person is infinity. So 1 divided by infinity is nothing but 0. So we get the answer as 1 upon 2 meters. Now student, what is the formula for power? Very correct. Power of a lens is given as P is equals to 1 upon F in meters, right? So I can write this equation as P is equals to 1 upon F, which is equal to minus 1 upon 2 meter, or I'll get the answer of minus 0.5 diopters. This is your answer for the problem. So if we go back, which option is correct students? B option is your correct answer. Hope you liked the video. If you do, keep liking, sharing and subscribing to our channel. See you again with an exciting problem in the next video. Bye-bye.